Rubik's. I always wanted to solve a Rubik's Cube when I was a little kid. When I was a kid, I got a Rubik's Cube and tried to solve it, but I couldn't. I tried multiple times, but then I couldn't solve it, so I quit. I got very frustrated with it and I threw it against the wall and it broke. A couple of years later, I got another Rubik's Cube. After I got another Rubik's Cube, I tried practicing again. I tried to solve it solely based on intuition, but I couldn't. So I quit again. Few months back, my friend showed me that he could solve a Rubik's Cube. And he told me that I can as well solve the Rubik's Cube by learning proper technique and by learning some algorithm. I'm going to learn to solve the Rubik's Cube by watching a YouTube tutorial. The method I will use will be CFOP method, which is mostly used by speed cubers. Let's solve 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube. First of all, you gotta make a cross, just like this. And you need to learn some algorithms to move the pieces. The algorithm is R U R prime U prime. After playing with the Rubik's Cube for a couple of minutes and practicing the algorithm, I got the hang of it. I failed again and again, but each time I was developing muscle memory, getting better at every attempt. First, you gotta solve the last layer, and then you gotta solve the middle layer with all the edges in right places. Then lastly, you gotta solve the last layer, the upper layer. You gotta first make a yellow cross, then you gotta solve all the corner pieces. I'm this close to solving the Rubik's Cube. Yes, finally I solved the 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube. Then I thought, why not solve a crazy cube? I'm going to solve this now. This looks so hard. I don't know in what direction I'm supposed to turn this. After playing with it for a while, I got how it works. This moves different than a 3 by 3. Now I am used to this and I think I can solve it now. The concept is similar to a 3 by 3 as it is a 3 by 3 mod. After playing with it and a couple of attempts later, I finally got it. It is a little bit different than a 3 by 3 as the middle pieces have to be in their right orientation to fit in their perspective places properly. Okay, so I'm almost done. I just have to swap these two pieces. I've been here like 10 times before and at the last stage I always mess it up. I just don't have to mess this time. I want to get it right this time. I think I need to able to learn I have to learn new algorithms to solve these two pieces because otherwise I don't know how to swap these two pieces. I've tried a lot of times before and I failed in all of them. So I'm going to learn some algorithms to swap these two pieces. Yes! I did it! I finally did it! Now it's time for the Goliath, the Professor's Cube 5 by 5 by 5. The concept is similar to a 3 by 3, but first you have to reduce it to a 3 by 3 by using reduction method. So first of all, I'm going to make the centers and then the edges and then the corners, just like a 3 by 3, but we have to make a giant centerpiece here, joining the small blocks. So I'm going to start by making the center. The white center is solved. Now we will move on to the yellow center and then solve all the centers like this one. All the centers, as you can see, Now it's time for the edges. We have to pair up all the edges. It is way harder than it looks because it is mostly solved by intuition. As 3 by 3 is mostly solved by algorithms, 90% of this Rubik's cube is solved by intuition, and at the end there is a parity algorithm which is much more difficult. So now I will begin to solve the edges. I have solved all the edges, all the edge pieces, as you guys can see here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to solve it like a 3 by 3 cube. Yes, finally, I did it. After so many wrong attempts, I did it. No matter how hard I tried, I always kept messing it up. And finally, now, I solved a 5 by 5 by 5 the professor's cube. 90% of this cube is solved by intuition, and 10% are the algorithm. The parity algorithm was the most hardest algorithm, but I still managed to do it. If I can do this, so can you. All you gotta do is keep practicing and never quit.